Hello, beautiful beings. It's Andrea Foulkes here, intuitive visionary, founder of Soul Freedom Therapy. And I wanted to talk about self-love and nurturing the beloved within. And why am I talking about this? Well, we're coming up for Valentine's Day. Don't roll your eyelids to the ceiling, which I think, a lot of us are sort of love and hate of Valentine's Day, or we feel we've got to squirrel ourselves away because we don't have a Valentine. And there are so many amazing things you can do for self-love and self-nurturing on Valentine's Day that isn't require a person outside of yourselves to be a beloved with you. And even if you do have a person outside yourself, and often people end up disappointed, feeling that the beloved that they're with, or there's some disharmony in the relationship and their expectations of what they thought for Valentine's Day. So there's a lot of pressure put on you to either deliver something to someone outside of yourself or to receive something, and this creates all this tension and anxiety. So what if you just decided to be your own beloved within? If you look back on my YouTube videos, you'll see a few years ago I started sending flowers to myself. And I started ordering them so they'd be delivered to the door. And yeah, it's a little treat for yourself on Valentine's Day. And, fill in the card that they have to online to send to yourself. And I would put Happy Valentine's Day, Andrea, from the beloved within. And it was such a treat to receive this for myself, because I wouldn't normally send myself. Nobody normally sends themselves flowers in the post. But it was really amazing to do that. So expanding on that, I've often ran a workshop on Valentine's Day because I feel this is an emotionally provocative time of year that highlights the fact that there may be some trauma or more heart healing we need to bring into our hearts, from either, I always talk about the past lives because that's what I'm known for, doing past life regression, but also from healing the ancestral story. What is the story of the ancestors? Why is there an issue with heart disease or illness in your family? Lineage, is there a story of the ancestors that has not been heard yet? Or is there a story in your own soul, which, the soul lineage is the past lives? Is there something we need to resolve and heal there? Is there a trauma from childhood or the womb that's shut your heart down? This is the time on the planet in February 2023 now that we really, we're always talking about living through the heart, live through the heart. The heart is a cohesive waveform. It has intelligence. It is like our second brain in many ways, or our first brain, actually. Some people talk about the gut, some people talk about the heart. But what if we explored this heart in a much deeper level, in a day devoted to that, devoted to you going inside yourself, connecting with your sacred heart, connecting with your heart in many different dimensions of existence, working with light language codes where, you don't have to be responsible for anything. The people who are there, some of them might be in a relationship, some people might be single. It doesn't matter. We're here to heal and explore our hearts in this beautiful healing setting of the Chalice Well Healing Gardens, which is where the healing waters flow. The divine feminine water flows through the Chalice Well Gardens, and on the opposite side of the road we have the divine masculine flowing. And so coming to Glastonbury isn't that difficult. If you live in London, you can get the coach or you can get the train to Castle Carey, or you can drive. It's fairly easy to drive to Glastonbury. If you're coming from other parts of the UK, coming from abroad, you can fly into Bristol Airport. You could come to London Airport, but Bristol's not too far away. So consider that, even if you don't come for my workshop, which is Saturday, the 11th of February, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So we have this day of discussing our hearts, discussing boundaries, discussing how, we feel, how love is, the things that we could heal within our heart that would change our life. not just love, passions. You know, what do we love from the heart? What do we love to do? What do we want our lives to look like? Do we love where we live? Do we love what we're doing as a job? There are so many things around love to consider and talk about. And do we love the friendships, the environments that we're in? Do we love how we take care of ourselves? So many things around love and the heart. And so we're going to be exploring that, and I'll be bringing in some light language codes if you're familiar with light language. And if light language is new to you, have a look on my YouTube channel. I have some sound frequencies of light language. Of course, the ones that I'll be bringing in will be more powerful than what you hear online, because the resonance and the frequency in person is very different. But they're also going to be linked to you individually. So at the beginning of the workshop, I bring in your own light language codes for you, and we have some time just you and I together to clear the energy and to bring in those light codes for you. And then we work as a group energy with the light language codes as well. So this is just an invitation that if that inspires you and you feel like that's something you like to do, we'll have a lovely vegetarian, vegan lunch as well together. And then we usually wrap up at the Chalice Well around 5 o'clock. And then we take that time after that to have a sort of twilight walk up Glastonbury tour together, if you feel inspired to walk up the tour with me. And so we spend some time at the top of the tour, and we usually do another light language at the top of the tour in a group energy and set our intentions. And then we go down the tour, and if you feel guided to, if you want to stay a little bit longer, often we go for dinner together. So just sharing with you what we do on this workshop at the Chalice Well. And it's like being held in a womb doing these workshops at the Chalice Well meeting room. So you do have time to go into the gardens during the workshop in the break times and just spend some time with yourself in the gardens. So that's another added incentive, because sometimes workshops that people host aren't always in the most benevolent settings. And I think it's very important where possible to hold a workshop in the right setting, the right environment. So have a look at the link below if you'd like to join me on Saturday, the 11th of February 2023 at 10 a.m. at the Chalice Well Gardens in the meeting room. So much love and many blessings. And remember, we're here to work on our hearts and twinkle up every facet, front and back, of our hearts, going into the sacred heart and exploring that, connecting with our soul star families as well, bringing those energies in. So we're working on a really high frequency for this workshop off the group collective energy. So much love and many blessings, and I look forward to seeing you in Glastonbury. Bye for now. Bye.